The Fox and the Crow. In a lush green forest, a clever crow named Coco and a sly fox named Felix lived peacefully among their animal friends. Coco was known for her intelligence and wise decisions, while Felix was notorious for his cunning and crafty tricks. Despite their differences, they maintained a friendly rapport with each other. One sunny morning, as Coco was hopping along the forest floor, she spotted a glimmer of something shiny near a tree. To her delight, she found a delicious piece of cheese lying there, almost as if it was a reward for her keen eyes. The smell of the cheese made her mouth water with excitement. However, Coco knew that she needed to be cautious in such situations. She didn't want to lose her precious cheese to anyone else, especially not to Felix. So, she quickly flew up to a nearby branch, holding the cheese in her beak, and settled there, keeping a keen eye on her surroundings. Felix, the fox, happened to be lurking nearby and noticed Coco with the tempting piece of cheese. His cunning mind started plotting a plan to get the cheese for himself. He knew that convincing Coco to share the cheese willingly would be a challenge, so he decided to employ his well-known trickery. He walked over to the tree where Coco was perched and greeted her politely. "Hello, dear Coco," Felix said with a sly smile. "What a wonderful day it is. Would you mind sharing a piece of that delicious cheese with me?" Coco, being a kind-hearted bird, considered sharing but remembered her mother's advice. She knew that foxes were not always trustworthy and might have some trick up their sleeves. "Thank you for your kind words, Felix," Coco replied politely. "But I'm quite content with this cheese, and I'd like to enjoy it all by myself." Felix pretended to understand and said, "Of course, Coco, you deserve the cheese. However, I must say that I've never seen such a talented and melodious singer as you. It would be an absolute delight to hear you sing while you enjoy your treat." The crow, flattered by the compliment, couldn't resist showing off her beautiful voice. She believed that she could keep a close eye on her cheese while singing. So she took a deep breath and began to sing with all her heart. As Coco sang, her eyes sparkled with joy, and her beak opened wide. The sweet notes of her song filled the forest, captivating all the creatures around. Even Felix couldn't help but be mesmerized by the melodious tune. Taking advantage of Coco's distraction, Felix slyly inched closer to the tree, his eyes fixed on the cheese. The cunning fox had always admired Coco's singing and knew she could be easily swayed by flattery. As Coco's song reached its crescendo, her eyes glanced down to ensure her cheese was safe. But to her horror, she saw the cheese was no longer in her beak. It had slipped out while she was engrossed in her song and now lay on the ground below. "Oh no! My cheese!" Coco exclaimed, realizing what had happened. The fox, having snatched the cheese, grinned triumphantly and said, "Thank you for the lovely song, Coco. You truly are talented." Coco felt disappointed in herself for falling into Felix's trap. She had learned a valuable lesson about being cautious and not letting flattery cloud her judgment. From that day on, Coco became even more careful and vigilant, making sure to protect her belongings from any sly creatures like Felix. She kept her distance from him and was wary of any suspicious compliments. As for Felix, well, he continued using his cunning ways, but the forest animals were wise enough to keep an eye out for his tricks. He may have enjoyed the cheese that day, but he also learned that his deceitful tactics wouldn't work every time. And so, in the forest, life went on with all its ups and downs, where the clever crow and the sly fox played their parts in the delicate balance of nature. And while Coco never saw her cheese again, she gained something even more precious, the wisdom to avoid falling for sweet words and flattery. In the end, Coco's intelligence and wisdom remained unmatched, and the other animals in the forest looked up to her as a role model. And whenever someone encountered Felix's sly schemes, they would remember Coco's tale and be cautious, ensuring that harmony and cleverness always coexisted in the magical forest.